Now let's talk about, let's move into our money back guarantee and how do we present that. So let me just recap that. So the money back guarantee, we want to remove the risk before it ever becomes an issue, and we want to put them at ease, because what we know going into an enrollment conversation, the number one objection that everybody will have that comes and sits in front of you is, I don't have enough money. I don't care what you're selling. I don't care if you're selling your services. I don't care if you're selling a 27-day boot camp. I don't care if you're selling makeup, essential oils, a radio. It doesn't matter what you're selling. The number one objection is, I don't have enough money. So we know that going in. So what are we going to do? We're going to remove that as an objection. We're going to remove that risk, and we're going to put them at ease. And we're going to let them know it's conditional. It is a very specific condition that they have to meet in order to get their money back. There is a string attached. So we're going to be very transparent. And then I always love to relate it back to their life. So for example, if I'm talking to the money back guarantee to you, so let's say Sherry, we're in an enrollment conversation, and I'm talking about this, and I say, you know, I also want to let you know that I know it's a big deal to make an investment in yourself and your business, and so I want you to know that I offer a 30-day money back guarantee. I do have to let you know that it is conditional, that you do have to show up, you have to do the work for the first 30 days, so whatever appointments we schedule, you have to show up for those appointments. Whatever action items we come up with or commitments you agree to in those sessions, you have to follow through on. And if at any time in those 30 days you decide this isn't right for you, you let me know, and I'll give you 100% of your money back. So I convey it to them, and I convey how it's conditional, and then I relate it back to them, and I say, Sherry, you know, you can understand this. You're a coach. You work with clients, and, you know, if your clients didn't show up and they didn't do the work, right, it's not going to work for them. And so the same is true with this. So I relate it back to them. If the kind of clients that you're working with, like let's say that you are doing work with parents and their kids, right? You can relate it back to their kids and say, you know, you're a parent, you get this. If your kids don't actually show up and do the work you ask them to do, you're not going to get results from your kids, right? Same kind of thing with this. You got to show up, you got to do the work to get the results. And when you do show up and you do the work, you will see results. And if you change your mind and it's not right for you, I'll give you your money back. So I like to relate it back to them, okay? Brenda just says she has to pop out, and I totally get it. I know some of you said you had to hop out at the top of the hour. This is recorded. Pop in, because we've got another 30 minutes. We're going to be doing hot seat coaching and answering questions. So Brenda, you're not going to miss a thing. Just hit the recording. It'll be in the bootcamp portal for you, okay? Now, the money back guarantee, you're going to see this in Module 4. I'm not going to go through this in detail. I just want to mention it here. The thing I want you to know is that it is conditional. They have to show up for the appointments that they make in the first 30 days. They have to do the work that they commit to doing in the first 30 days. And if they don't do it, then you give their money. I mean, if they don't do it, they don't get their money back. Right? Carrie asked a question about this. What's the average of people asking for their 30-day money-back guarantee? And do you word it? So, Carrie, the answer is yes. You have to show up. If you participate fully, you show up for the sessions, you do the work. So, absolutely, you say that. In all the years when when I solely did one-on-one coaching, in all the years that I did that and I offered this, I had one client. I should go back and calculate how many hundreds of clients that I worked with one-on-one. I don't know that number, but I only had one that asked for their money back. And it was interesting with this gal. She asked for her money back, and I said, you know what, let's go back to the agreement, because this is inside your agreement. And I said, what we agreed to was, if you show up and if you do the work, I'm happy to give you your money back. And with this particular gal, the first session, she was a no-show. The second session, something came up and she had to reschedule it. So she was not showing up for the sessions. I said, you haven't shown up for the sessions. You're not doing the work. So you don't get your money back. And it was super easy conversation to have. She's like, wow, what do I do? I was like, well, as I see it, you have two options. You can count your losses and off you go if you're still not going to show up, or you can start showing up, because when you show up and do the work, you're going to get results. And her thought process was, well, shit, I'm going to lose my money. I might as well get something out of it. And she started showing up. She started doing the work, and she started getting results. So I've only had one person that has asked for that. And it makes for an easy conversation to get them engaged and hold the bar high for them when they're hitting resistance and ready to run back to their comfort zone.